What is up, my fine divine chosen collective and cross watchers? So today we about to get a little personal and deep, okay? Today I want to talk about us as chosen ones and find divine elected ones, and how hard it is for us to actually find companionship, love, the right partnership when it comes to the matter of the heart and all that good stuff. So I am also about to let you guys all up in my business. Y'all know I usually don't get this personal with you guys when it comes to my business, and sometimes I do. I just make it about us as a whole, so you just never know with me. However, I'm about to go ahead and show y'all that I relate when it comes to the love department. So let's get into this, my fine divine collective. And my name is Dominica Divinely, God's favorite light worker, the golden healer, the messenger, and your down to earth high priestess. So my fine divine, because I know and understand how hard it is for us true divine ones to be able to find true love that literally match us and is meant for us, and why we are always unable to settle like a lot of other folks can in situationships and relationships that really don't fit them, or that they just feel like they have to settle in for their own personal needs or to feel secure. But first, I want to go ahead and give you guys a little current and backstory about my own love life and how I struggle too, and what's been going on with me. Because I know in these days, my fine divine collective, we have grown to a place of healing to where we are ready to welcome in love and give love, you know? So it's like we had to take our time to actually be pruned and healed before we can come into our right and proper assigned partner, you know? So right now, my fine divine collective, it's like that we have come to great heights to where we actually feel not only that it's getting close, that we are feeling the anxiousness and the desire to actually have that now. We're tired of being independent. We're tired of being strong. We're tired of being alone, and we're tired of whatever struggles that we have had to endure while taking on everything of the world by ourselves. We're tired of those ones that are not meant for us always leaning on us and not allowing us to lean on them the way that we need. Because of who we are, that's just how life happens for us. So right now we are ready to open up the proper love for us. So let's get into what I'm about to say, because also I want to mention some words that I had heard from someone after, an occurrence with me. So let's get into this. So as I mentioned, I'm going to briefly give you guys some of my personal current and backstory on my love life. Right now, I am currently going through a divorce. I've been married for a few years, separated for mostly all of those years, separated for 4 years, and it's just been rocky between us two through the whole marriage and separation. However, we've been separated, and right now we are finally going through the true divorce. We've tried to divorce over time, but like I said, it's been rocky, and we get involved with the wrong people sometimes to where it's just, not good for us, and where it's just, and possibly them too, because if they're not meant for us, we're not meant for them. You feel me? We're not on the same level. We're not on the same frequency. We're not vibing the same. We're not going to be able to, have a steady and proper love life that should be stable, right? And that is because if they're not as divine as us, and if they are not on our level, then they can't reach us, and it's just going to give us anxiety and just bring us back to all type of triggers, okay? So as I mentioned, we're going through a divorce, and I just know and feel that this time it has to happen. He's been seeing other people off and on throughout the separation. I have been single. I've probably tried a couple times to pick up some things with some people, but it never worked. Ultimately, I've been single. And when I say for the most part and most of the time, I have not tried to make anything happen with anybody up until recently, where I have been, as I mentioned, getting those energies where I am ready to receive love, like a lot of you are, because I know a lot of you are actually going through the same things. So here lately, I have been opening doors. But this is the thing, I keep to myself. I don't go anywhere. I'm not from the streets. I'm not in the streets. So it's a little hard. So I have been opening doors via internet with trying to find, some type of partnership with people. I say for the past month or two here, I have, been opening up that door to meet new people and try to get to know people and see if we can pick some type of companionship up, you know? I went on a couple of dates and that was just, no connection, didn't go any further than that. I met a few people and that ended just as quick as it started. Because this is the thing also, my Find Divine Collective. It's like these people, they look at us, they admire us, they tell us how much they want to be with us and that they are in love with us, but their actions, it's like as soon as, like, they treat us basic, you know what I mean? It's like those who we give chances to quickly forget who we are and that we, represent something different. We represent our principles, our morals, our values, and we stand on exactly what we talk about. But because we respond to them like normal human beings, they quickly forget that we are much deeper than what they are or what they are used to. So it's like a complete imbalance automatically almost, you know what I mean? So it's just really hard for us to find the real connection. And that's how it has been for me as well. But my Find Divine Collective, I just know, and as you know and feel, that there is a divine partner out there for you. But where, right? Where? Who? How? Those are all the questions, because we're not out there like that. We're not really searching as hard as, a lot of people are, or as hard enough. We're not like really chasing. We are really just trying to go with the flow as we are opening the door at the same time. But how can we find the one when anyone will come with us, in the words of Drake? So that also brings me to the point of when I was actually just recently trying to, allow a partnership to happen, like real recently. And, it felt good at first. But when we start getting triggered, when we are not feeling like, we're valued, because I know me personally, not just being a Libra, but being someone who loves hard, I keep myself secluded. And I know you do too. We keep ourselves secluded because we always let our guards down. We always allow our hearts to be worn on our sleeves. And it's easy to take advantage of us because we show genuine and real, clear love. So it's like, I want someone to be just as obsessed with me as I put my heart out there to be obsessive for love, So it's like, if I'm not getting that in return, we get triggered and off balance. And it's just like, we know, my Find Divine Collective, we know that we are not opposed to expressing ourselves at times when we care. So, as TLC said, at times we are not too proud to beg. But granted, we have grown to heal to know how to walk away. But sometimes we still give that little, let me just make this clear. And sometimes in those moments, it's not even worth it because that person is not on your level enough to communicate properly, regardless of what they said to you in the past or before when you guys were getting to know each other, right? So as I was saying, I had opened up that door. I've been trying to get to know people. And there was this certain one that I felt like, this last particular one that I felt like, it could really be something. It made me feel good for the moment until the inconsistency started happening. And we don't like inconsistency. At least I don't, I don't feel like you really are who you say you are towards me. You don't feel the same. You're not thinking about me the same. And, if it starts out that way, it's going to end that way. You feel me? So it's like, I have to address it or leave it alone if it's going to be like that. And with that situation, I did let my guard down a little bit with that situation. I was hoping for something just for the inconsistency to start. But we also know that when we are truly divinely protected, regardless of what we want or how we feel, is going to get snatched from us for our own protection, regardless of how it happens. God and the universe is not going to allow us to settle into something that is not meant for us. No matter how we feel, no matter how bad we want it, no matter how much we thought that we could just put up with certain things. No, if there's something better out there for us, God and the universe is going to make us wait for that through all of the agony and the anxiety because they know that we deserve better, right? So with that said, after that situation had came crumbling down and I got my heart broken a tiny bit and I have to accept the fact that that person is just not meant and, I deserve better, I got on YouTube. And I don't normally listen to like certain YouTubers, it depends, but the title was definitely fitting for my situation. And the things that this man was saying was literally on point. And I just want to share a few things with you, my Find Divine Collective, that was said, okay? This person made the point, all the points that was needed to make, but also said a few things that I wanted to share and make with you all too. So first of all, ours, my assigned one, divine one, will feel like healing. When the right person arrives, our soul, your soul, my soul, will recognize him or her spiritually, because that person will bring peace, not pressure. The wrong person, the wrong connections will bring confusion, inconsistency, competition. Yours, mine, assigned divine one will bring clarity, stability, intention. Relationships that ended unexpectedly, connections that went cold, people who walked away, God orchestrated that connection. Every person that left only created space for the right person to enter. Every disappointment was divine intervention. My Find Divine Collective. So, in other words, as I was saying in the beginning, we had to be pruned. We had to go through lessons. We had to connect with the wrong people to learn, to heal, to become as empty as we need to become, because we know that we are alchemists. We know that we create space for us to say, this is not for us. When we realize that we want and know better, when we don't settle, when we don't allow any type of people or any type of spirits to come and try to connect with us and ruin or control our lives in the wrong direction. So we are able to foresee ahead of time, whether it's by our consciousness, whether it's by our triggers and our intuition and how our body makes us feel. We are able to foresee what we don't need, what we don't want, what is not good for us. We are able to know by the divine intervention of the God that lives inside of us. Whether we know why, whether we want it or not, we know by who we are that we cannot go against how our body is making us feel, what our God, what the universe is trying to show and tell us about things that are not meant for us. So therefore, it gets interrupted. So everything that was not meant for us, that we had crossed paths with, was only a lesson for us to level up to our healing and to what we know we deserve in the long run. So right now, as we are ready to welcome love, that is our spirits preparing us for what is coming towards us, what we are now ready for, what we have healed into. Because before, we wasn't thirsty. We didn't care about finding the right partner. After we had became who we had become, knowing that, we're not about to put up with a lot of ways of the people in the world, and feeling like there's nobody like us. There's no one to complete us, because no one has really filled those shoes, and it seems like everybody is the same, right? So at the end of the day, it's like we kind of took a step back, focused on ourselves and our lives and our children, and decided to do the works that we are called to do. But right now, where we have grown tired and we just, want to be cared for. We want to be cared for at this point. We are tired of being strong. We are tired of being independent. We are tired of carrying all the weight of the world. Now we want someone to carry us. We are to that point. And because we feel that that time is drawing near and close, the preparation stages has already begun. We might feel a little anxious, but do know that your divine partner is on the way. I don't know where, how, or when, because if you're like me and you don't get out much, or you don't just welcome anybody in, sometimes you might really have a guard up when it should be down a little bit more. If you are like me, then, you're just going to have to really use your proper discernment. So at the end of the day, my Find Divine Collective, the description that I gave you from the guy, your partner is going to be like you. Your partner is going to understand you. Your partner is going to actually feel where you come from. Your partner is going to be soft with you. Your partner is going to actually make you feel like this is too good to be true. You feel me? Your partner is going to actually relate to you on levels that no one has ever related to you on. And your partner is not going to be broke. Okay? God is not about to put you with no brokey. No offense, respectfully, to those broke ones. Regardless of you or how broke you are, you guys are actually leveling up together. Because my Find Divine Collective, If you are on the level that I'm speaking on right now, you are growing to greater heights to where you are not going to want for anything, and that includes money and love, okay? It's going to come with you as well as come from your partner. So, my Fine Divine Collective, you know who you are and you know what you stand for. You know what you are capable of, and you know what you are about to receive. So even if you are broke right now, and even if you are lacking in love right now, it won't be for long. So my Fine Divine Collective, stay strong, keep your head up, and this is just for confirmational purposes only, because y'all be knowing.